How you doing, guys? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. Just got back from picking up another box. Now this box is much smaller than that one over there. So what we're going to do, I actually thought that that was the same box as this one, but it wasn't. Of course you can see it's much larger. So we're going to put that box on the back of the camper, which it'll fit on here fine. And this one rode along there so good that I feel that's going to be definitely nicer back here. And we're going to put this one on the front box, so on the front rack. That way it's smaller and we'll be able to get a battery on each side of it. But these two boxes, with both these boxes on the camper, this should give us more than enough storage to take a lot of the stuff that's inside the camper back out of the camper, so we have more room in the camper. I want to try to get everything I can in these two boxes that we're going to need to use while we're out camping. And I did go pick up a 25-foot cord for my antenna, and I picked up a little pouch here. My wife wanted something to use to put on the wall so she could put her glasses in and her cell phone. And this is just a little pouch, and it's actually for a cell phone and glasses. So we're just going to mount this on the wall back there where she sits. I have a couple cup holders back there, and she'll be able to put her phone in here and put it on charge at night or in the afternoon, whatever. So this is what we got so far. We're working on that shelf. I'm getting the wood for the shelf. We're going to be putting a new shelf in there. So we're going to go ahead and get some of the stuff that we had mentioned in our setup that what I thought needed fixed on the camper. We're going to be getting, I'm not going to be buying the leveler for it. We're going to make one, and we'll do a video on that. And then we're going to try to get everything fixed that we needed fixed, and then we're going to be doing another trip. So let's see how this box goes. I think it's going to turn out pretty nice. Okay, the first thing I did was just took everything out of the box. Now I'm going to go ahead and unbolt this box and get my other one ready to put my other one up there. The last time we put these on, we had actually, I put a couple plates down inside here to hold this box on. And those plates worked out fine on here, and I'll probably do the same thing for the front. I'll go ahead and bolt the box right to the front rack. That way, they just, it's going to stay on there. I won't have to worry about strapping it down or anything. And while I have this off, I'm going to go ahead and mount the light on the bottom of this. We haven't put that little light, that LED light I had, I haven't put it on yet. I think I'm going to put it right on the bottom of this box. Now the last time I mounted this box on, I had it just a little bit too close to the camper, and it touched it back there. So this time when I put the new box on, I want to make sure that that box doesn't touch the camper. So we can go ahead and take this box off. I'm going to mount that light, that LED light, I'm going to mount it right down in here. That way I can plug it right into my lights on here, and it'll be able to come on and off. Let's see what this box is going to look like on there. One thing I want to make sure is my door doesn't hit that wall when I open it. So it's actually going to have to be out there somewhere, just so it doesn't hit my door or my wall. So we might have a little bit of work to do there. We might have to put another plate on there, an angle, to make it come out a little bit more. But that's a pretty big box. That's going to give us a lot of storage in the back of there. It's a lot bigger than what we had. That's a big, deep box. So we'll be able to store a lot of stuff in there. Okay, I put the box up there and it sticks about 6.5 inches over this. So what I'm going to do is I'll take my 6.5 inches, and it looks to me like we're going to need about 12, say 12.5 inches. 12.5 inches should do it. So we want to bring a plate, a piece of angle out here, 12.5 inches, and then we're going to bring it back across, and then we'll be able to mount that light right there, and we'll go ahead and wire that light in to one of our tail lights. And whenever we turn the parking lights on the car or the truck, it should turn this light on here too. And we'll have a nice little bar light in the back, and I will have a plug-in for that. In case I want to take this off and leave it at home, I'll be able to unplug it, unbolt it, unplug it, and it's done. And then it's out of the way, it's not hooked to the camper no more. Okay, what I got here is just some old bed rails. And what we're going to do is I just kind of fit them on there, make sure I can get them good and square. And I'm going to take it all back apart, grind everything down real good, and weld this thing all one big solid piece. That way it's going to hold up nice and tight on here. But this should give a big enough platform for that thing to sit, and then I'll make a couple metal brackets in the middle just like we did these pieces here for the inside of the other one, but we'll have them a little bit bigger, and we'll probably put 3 bolts in here instead of 2. So this we're going to get all cleaned up and get it wire brushed down. And then this little light I was going to mount right out here on the back side, right here under the box, and that will give me a nice little light on the back of the box. Hopefully that will help us out a lot too when we're going down the road. So we'll basically be just drilling the hole in this and a couple bolts in here and getting this bolted down, get it wired on, get this cleaned up, welded down. So that's my next step. Okay, we got the piece all built here, the little platform looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and mount this little light on and wire it up. And I'm just going to wire it up to the parking lights. So when you turn the parking lights on, or your lights on in your truck, these lights will come on. What I've done here is I've just drilled a couple holes in here. Get these in the right one. So the wires would fit through, and then a couple holes for the bolts. And we're just going to bolt it right on there. This will make for a nice light to be able to see in the back, you know, to give you more, be more noticeable in the back. Those lights, the camper lights, I'm going to change them to LEDs. But right now we're just going to do with what we have. Try to get this thing ready to go again. We're hoping. Okay, this should work out pretty good here. It should be good and snug on here. And we're going to go ahead and work on the wiring as soon as I get this snugged up and get it hooked up to where we can get it on. That's going to look pretty nice on there. And if I want, I could put a couple little reflectors on each side if I wanted. That would work too. Okay, I got the light on and it's hooked up. It's working good. I think this is going to help a lot in the back to be more noticeable. It's going to be underneath the box, but I think it'll still be noticeable pretty nice. So all I got to do now is tape up some wires and go ahead and get our box mounted on next. Alright, we got the box on now, and we got the light on, and it works. You've seen it work. It's nice and tight. It doesn't rub when it goes back. My other one rubbed just a teeny little bit, but this one here is just perfect. It lays right against the back wall, and that holds the door really nice. We're going to use this just as a chuck box. I really like it. It seems like it's going to be pretty sturdy on there. I'll show you inside of it where I put the bolts in here. Let me show you how I put the bolts in. I put the bolts down through the bottom, and I put a plate over top of them. So if it does crack, or something happens for some reason, we got 3 bolts here holding it on with a big spacer there, which should help it good. It feels pretty sturdy, and the other one held in there really nice. So I'm hoping this one will do the same. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and start sticking my stuff back in there. I think it's going to turn out really nice. I don't know how else I can sturdy it up, but I don't think it'll go anywhere. And you know, I always inspect my stuff just about every stop. I walk around my camper because a lot of this stuff I did on my own to make sure that it's okay. I always double check everything. I'll look for cracks underneath here on my hitch and everything. So I think that's going to be a nice little box. So we're going to go ahead and start putting our stuff in. Now this box here, I'm going to be using for all of my cookware stuff. Everything we need to cook with, and maybe like paper towels, maybe even our toilet paper and different things like that. We can store inside this box here and use it for our food. We can even put food in this box. So I think this is going to be a really nice. I like it that it's bigger than my last one. My last one was kind of small, and I like this, and it's going to give me much more storage. Hopefully get some of the stuff out of the camper too that we had in there. So for like pots and pans and anything, like I said, we're going to use for cooking, we could actually put them down in here and should have plenty of room. I'm just going to work on getting this thing loaded up. See how much space we got. Okay, I'll show you inside the box. I was even able to put my antenna in here, which it's not really dirty, but we'll put it in there with the cooking stuff. It'll be alright. We got our stove down in there, our bottle gas, paper towels, toilet paper, pots and pans, and still more room. What I did with the old box is I brung it up here and put it on the front. And then I put inside the old box everything I need to hook my camper up. We got the little stove, or the little heater for inside the camper, a fan, our chocks, everything for our commode. Just odds and ends that we really didn't want to mix in with the food. Alright, I put the little cell phone holder back there. She got her cup holder, and we got a remote control. We just stick it right to the wall with Velcro. That little holder I think is going to work out real well, because when we was camping, or when we was staying in it, she was putting it in the cup holder. So you didn't have really no place to put it, because it's basically all bed. You don't have an end table. So that's going to serve as a little, I guess, an end table for now. And I think that's going to work out fine. Now, being that we put the box on the front and the one on the back, I was able to get all the boxes out of here that was used basically either for cooking or something to work on the camper with, or to set up the camper. So we got them out. We got the little heater out, the fan out of here. So basically I got the radio, the toilet, and the water jug. But you know, the toilet, the water jug will come out of here when we get set up, because that stuff will go out. The water jug will probably go on the table, and the toilet will go in the utility tent. So we'll have pretty much an empty tent now, or an empty camper, which would be a lot better. Okay, we got the box switched out. We got the little one on the front. We got the big one on the back now. I got the light on the back of it. The little light we got there put on the back, which works great. Now, it does have a plug-in on it. It's over by the license plate, so if I decide I want to take this thing off and do away with it, I don't need it, I can just unplug it. I won't be messing with my wiring or nothing. Just pull the plug and take the box off. I can eliminate this altogether. We got the 25-foot coaxial wire for the TV, which will make it nicer. Now we don't have to park so close to the pole. We got the little holder up there for her cell phone and her glasses. And like I said, everything, you don't have an end table or nothing, so you need a place to put that stuff, and it's nice to have something on the wall to be able to put that in. I went to the barn just a little bit ago and I found enough wood up there to build the shelf for inside there. We're going to go ahead probably tomorrow, put that shelf in there. And then basically I think the only thing we got to figure out is how to keep these the bed all together. And I know somebody said some Velcro, which would be a great idea, maybe some 2-inch Velcro. But my sewing machine is kind of messed up right now, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I got to figure out something on that the mattress to keep it together. I thought actually of taking just a solid mattress and then put the 1-piece long ways up along the top and then the 2 down, and then if I want to make like a chair out of it or just to go up in there and sit, I can flip one up, steel, slide the mattress back. So, you know, it's just work in progress, and we're going to be taking this thing out again this year, maybe a couple more times. So, and I'm sure by then we'll have all the bugs worked out of it and we'll have it set up to where we could just take off anytime. I'd like to tell everybody thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Till next time.